passed on on. So we're a four-car family, almost like you.
Yeah, really.
Good evening, everyone. Hello. I'd like to call the meeting. Are we ready? Oh, still waiting. Okay. My bad.
Nicole, is there?
No. Waiting for the high sign. Yes, tell me that we're rolling. We're good? All right. I'd like to call the Monday, October 23rd, Village of Palos Park Council meeting to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Patan,
Here.
Commissioner Wade,
Here.
Commissioner Polk,
Yep.
Commissioner Reed, and Mayor Milovich Walters.
Present. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the council meeting from October 9th, unless there are corrections or changes.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, would the clerk please call the roll?
Is Commissioner Wade,
Yep.
Commissioner Patan,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Mayor Milovich Walters.
Yes. Recognition, proclamations, and appointments and presentations. The first proclamation I'd like to make is in recognition of E. Willard Lager on the occasion of his 100th birthday in the Village of Palos Park. Whereas E. Willard Lager was born October 13th, 1923 to Eric and Ruby Lager. And whereas E. Willard Lager is a longtime resident of the Village of Palos Park, residing on the 8400 block of 121st Street. And whereas E. Willard Lager and his wife Marilyn raised their family in the Village of Palos Park. Whereas E. Willard Lager was president of Indiana-Michigan Corporation for many years. Whereas E. Willard Lager was an accomplished pilot, one of the first to have a hangar at the Lewis Lockport Airfield, and a member of the American Bonanza Society, where he attended 50 consecutive meetings across the country. And whereas E. Willard Lager became mayor of the Village of Palos Park between 1963 and 1967, retiring from politics after his term in office. And therefore, I, Nicole Milovich Walters, mayor of the Village of Palos Park, hereby recognize E. Willard Lager, a longtime resident, on the occasion of his 100th birthday, and proclaim October 23rd, 2023 is E. Willard Lager Day in the Village of Palos Park, Cook County, Illinois. I'm going to just take a quick moment to bring the copy of the proclamation down to Mayor Lager, and we'll have the rest of our meeting quickly, and then I invite you all out for cake and pictures out there. But let me bring this to him now.
No, afterwards.
Oh, I was wondering. Is your daughter back from Canada?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. God bless you.
And November 2023 is Native American Heritage Month, and we shall so proclaim that today. And then I have one more proclamation. Family Court Awareness Month of November 2023, whereas the mission of Family Court Awareness Month Committee is to increase awareness on the importance of the family court system that prioritizes child safety and acts in the best interest of children. And whereas the mission at the FCAMC is fueled by the desire to create awareness and change in the family court system, for the conservatively estimated 58,000 children a year ordered into unsupervised contact with abusive parents, while honoring the hundreds of children who have been reported as murdered during visitation with a dangerous parent. And whereas the mission of the FCAMC is to increase awareness on the importance of empirically based education and training on domestic violence and child abuse, including emotional, psychological, physical, and sexual abuse, as well as childhood trauma, coercive control, and post-separation abuse for judges and all professionals working on cases within the family court system. And whereas the mission of the FCAMC is to increase awareness on the importance of using scientifically valid, evidence-based treatment programs and services that are proven in terms of safety, effectiveness, and therapeutic value. And whereas the mission at the FCAMC is to educate judges and other family court professionals on evidence-based, peer-reviewed research. Such research is a critical component to making decisions that are truly in the best interests of children. And therefore, I, Mayor Nicole Milovich Walters, hereby declare the month of November to be Family Court Awareness Month in the Village of Palos Park. We have no hearings, so moving on to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or have been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Commissioners and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, to approve the McCord Gallery raffle license and raffle manager bond waiver request for a raffle to be held on Saturday, November 4th, 2023. B, to approve payment of invoices on warrant list dated October 23rd, 2023 in the amount of $142,931.20. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Patan,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yep.
Mayor Milovich Walters.
Yes, motion carries. Old business, any items of old business? If not, moving on to board, commission, and committee recommendations. Commissioner Wade.
Yep. As a follow-up, agenda matter PC 2023-03, the Village of Palos Park is requesting consideration of text amendments to the Village Code as follows. Amendment Section 1274, Spot 02A, permitted uses in the B1 Limited Retail Business District. And 2, amend Section 1274, Spot 03A, permitted uses in the B2 General Retail and Wholesale Business District. And finally, amend Section 1278, Spot 02, permitted uses and council authority regarding special uses. Just a little background, the village is continually reviewing and updating its code, including the zoning regulations found therein. The Village Council has requested an overall review and update of the zoning regulations, sections of the code, and that review and study is underway. At the August 28, 2023 Village Council meeting, the Council authorized the Plan Commission to consider potential text amendments regarding permitted uses in the B1 and B2 zoning districts and special uses in the village. While there are numerous policy provisions contained in the Village Code and in its zoning sections, the proposed amendments will clarify certain provisions, correct contradictory language, and make changes on certain provisions that are designed to protect the integrity of existing business districts by tightening the allowed and special uses that will apply within those districts. The Plan Commission held a public hearing and discussed the requested text amendments at its September 21st, 2023 meeting and recommended approval 7-0 of the majority of the proposed text amendments with some modifications from the initial staff proposal. The Plan Commission took additional votes regarding dwelling units not on the first floor in the business districts, on a motion to remove dwelling units not on the first floor as permitted use in the B districts. The motion recommended approval passed 4-3. As separate motion to have dwelling units not on the first floor as a special unit in the B districts, the motion failed on a 3-4 vote. The ordinance under consideration reflects the recommendation of the Plan Commission. Do we have any questions? No questions. I move to approve ordinance 2023-20, an ordinance amending Part 12, Title 6, Chapter 1274, Sections 1274, Spot 02, 1274, Spot 03, and Part 12, Title 6, Chapter 1278, Section 1278, Spot 02 of the Village of the Palos Park Village Code in regard to the permitted and special uses in the B1 and B2 zoning districts.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second. If there are no questions, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Patan,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
and Mayor Milovich Walters.
Yes. Moving on to information and updates, Public Works, Streets, and Recreation Report, Commissioner Patan.
Thank you, Mayor. I do not have anything on our agenda for the council to consider this evening, but I do have a paving update. The streets that are now being redone, the paving project has started, and all the existing pavement has been ground off. And so this project was supposed to start on the 16th. It started on the 19th. The binder, which is the very first layer of asphalt, started today on Old Creek and will be completed on Tuesday morning. Binder will then continue on 125th Street later in the morning on Tuesday, and if time, the paving crews may move to Hobart on Tuesday afternoon. Application of the binder will continue the rest of the week on Hobart, on 93rd, on 121st, then to 127th, 84th, and then Hillside. The asphalt surface would then begin on Old Creek and follow the same pattern. So the progress obviously depends heavily on weather. The weather is not looking so wonderful as we move on, so please be patient with that, but that is the update on our paving project, and that concludes my report on Public Works. And moving on to recreation, last week we had, lots were going on. We had the Oktoberfest, which was a successful event held at the rec center. Our village advisory rec department, the advisory committee, for the rec department met last week, and there was a successful spooky shuffle yesterday held at Swallow Cliff with over 100 participants. This Friday, October 27th, is our Halloween trick-or-treat on the green. This event is from 4 until 7. The costume contest will be from 5 to 5:15, with the costume parade beginning at 5:15. You could sign up at the protocol there. Games will be ongoing in the gym from 4 to 7, sort of like carnival type games for the kids. At 5:30, there will be the trick or treating on the green and the haunted trail, which will open and end with the rest of the event at 7 p.m. But what we're really asking for is this year, so I know in the past you see trick or treating with the car trunks being open. This year we're doing like tents, and we're hoping for some volunteers, families, businesses that might want to pass out candy for the kids. If you could just supply your own candy, we'll have the tents, and if you want to decorate the tent. But we're looking for a lot of volunteers to sort of help us make this event special for our kids this year. So think about it. You can call the rec center. We'd really appreciate any help anyone can give to make Halloween special for our kids in the village this year. And with that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Patan. I will say the Spooky Shuffle was a huge success. Thank you to your director, Stephen, and to you for all that you did. It was beautiful out there. Moving on to public building and public property report, Commissioner Wade.
Thanks, Mayor. I just have a report tonight as you start to think about possible home remodeling, additions, fencing, swimming pools, or other projects. Please feel free to contact the building department to help assist you in planning your project. The department is always here to guide you through the process, meet with you one-on-one, or answer all your questions. Please call 708-671-3730 if you do have any questions. The permit department processed 10 permits from October 3rd to October 17th for a total of $2,450, bringing our fiscal year to date to $103,581.67. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wade. Moving on to Public Health and Safety Report, Commissioner Polk.
Thank you, Mayor. In the interest of time, we're going to skip the police activity report. Know that we've been out there. Then a couple just quick announcements. Every October, the Palos Park Police, along with individuals across the nation and indeed the world, unite with a powerful message that bullying should never be a part of childhood. There's a fair amount of information that we have on social media, so if you're not a friend of the Palos Park Police Department on Facebook, you should be, and take a look. But the bottom line is that we want to call special attention to trying to limit or perhaps even prevent the amount of bullying that goes on in a child's life. The second thing I want to announce really quickly is that the Palos Park Community Emergency Response Team is offering a free Stop the Bleed class. It will happen here in the Captor Center at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, November the 1st. So 7 p.m. here, November 1st, Stop the Bleed. The life you save might be your own. And then a quick announcement about village issues and Halloween. You've heard about the Halloween party that's going to take care on the green. We don't, as a village, dictate trick-or-treating in the village. We think that probably the plots of land pretty much take care of who trick-or-treats when and where. I can tell you in the 27 years that I've lived on Post and Rail, I've had 2 trick-or-treaters, both neighbors. So there you have it. But we make some suggestions. It's dark out there, and we don't have sidewalks. So if you're driving around on the 31st of October, which oddly enough is Halloween, be careful. If you're out there trick-or-treating, particularly with kids, be mindful of the fact that you might see them, but somebody else might not. And, the accoutrement for the costumes are always wonderful and beautiful, but sort of fast masks that cover your face that make it difficult to see might not be the best thing to do while you're walking around the dark streets of the village of Palos Park. So again, be careful and please respect people's property. I would argue that if the lights are not on the front porch, there's no treats there. Just a thought. Chief Miller?
He went out.
He was out, okay. I don't think we have anything else to add. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk. Accounts and Finances, there was no report this evening. Commissioner Reed is not here. I do not have a mayor's report. Clerk Aragoni.
I have no report this evening.
Well, thank you very much. And Manager Bain. All right, just some announcements. Zoning Board of Appeals will hold their regularly scheduled meeting on November 8th at 7:30 to consider 2 variance requests. The first is for 20 Huntley Road regarding a corner setback variance request. And the second item is for 7925 Palos Avenue regarding a front setback variance request. And then, last of my announcements, the Palos Park Bee Initiative, a group of residents interested in promoting beekeeping, will host their inaugural meeting next Thursday, November 2nd from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Palos Park Library. This is geared towards beekeepers of all skill levels, so be there or be square. Or if you want to be a beekeeper, come join us. But something new, and surprisingly, there are a lot of beekeepers here in Palos Park, so come out if you are one. You can help all the newbies. Yeah. Also, if you haven't heard, we are adopting an official village flower. Voting ballots will be included in your next utility bill, and you'll also be able to vote through my Facebook page, the Village of Palos Park Office of the Mayor, by liking the photo of the flower you like best. And finally, just a reminder, download the new free app Simplicity so you can keep up to date on everything going on here in Palos Park. And now we will do the citizens and visitors comment period. Who would like to come up?
So Cynthia and I wanted to come out here this evening just to remind everyone of our big event coming up. We're part of the McCord Gallery and Cultural Center. I'm sure.
Oh, it's flashing red.
anyway, we'll just talk loud.
Yeah.
We can do that. And so it's coming up November 4th at Ruffle Feathers this year. It's going to be a new venue for us, so we're looking forward to that. Our theme this year is Shoot for the Stars. Shoot for the Stars and Into the Galaxy. We have a great evening planned with a dinner, an open bar, live music, great silent auction, live auction prizes. We've got Bears tickets this year after Sunday's game. I think that might be a good thing. We even have a murder mystery dinner that we did many years ago, and we're going to repeat that again at the McCord Gallery in June. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime play to see because it's written, directed, and produced by Shirley Hulse, and it's going to be a great evening. So I'll let Cynthia share some of the fun.
Okay, well, last year was our first fundraiser after COVID, and we had such a tremendous turnout. We were stuffed into Cod Hill. I mean, there was no room for anyone else because it was so well attended, and a lot of you were there. Well, here we are this year at Ruffled Feathers, and we're really looking forward to it and hoping you'll come back and enjoy the evening. I see some people here who are coming. I know they are. But there was one other thing. Oh, yes. The band is called Fantasia. And last year, the dance floor was full, I think the whole evening. People were dancing. And at one point, I must say, I led the conga line. I didn't expect to do that.
Got everybody up.
So we had a good time.
A lot of fun.
Really a lot of fun. And so,
And it's our major fundraiser. I mean, McCord Gallery's a non-for-profit 501c3, so we're always, this is our big event to keep us going for another year.
right, and who would believe we're now in the McCord Gallery Cultural Center for 19 years. We can't believe it. And they were Steve Moran. I remember you encouraging, the committee that had formed, and here you are tonight. And would you believe, 19 years still alive? Yeah. You're all alive. But anyway, thank you to the village board for your support, and we're just happy that we had this moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Before you step, I was just going to say, again, please attend the event. If you cannot attend, you are more than welcome to just donate money. They will be happy to take your money, and they're a great institution here in the village, so we really appreciate it. Next up, would you like?
Didn't know I was going to have to say anything. I'm Mary Lou Lager. I'm Willard's daughter-in-law, and I've been part of the family for 46 years. So I moved here in '77 when I got married. So that's almost 50. And this is wonderful. What you've done for him. So I told him years ago he would live to 100. So if anyone wants to know how long they're going to live, I will share that. So I really think that's about it. I didn't have anything prepared. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Would anybody else like to address the council? If not, yes, Mary Ann.
Oh,
Sure.
here we go.
When you had your meeting, your approval of the committee recommendations from your planning committee, don't you think they should each be defined in here, these changes, so the people that attend this meeting would understand what they are or how they may affect the people here?
It's all available online, and it was listed out when the hearing went out. It's all listed there, and I could show it to you tonight if you'd like. It's a very long list. To read it all out is an awful lot, but it just basically changes certain uses that are allowed by right to different properties in the business district only.
Well, if someone wanted to set up a new business, I understand they would come to the village, but as residents here, I think we should be informed of those changes at your general meeting, in case we have any questions, because we're the shoppers, we may have wholesale, we may be in retail, and once again, I think it should be specific.
Well,
And in addition,
okay.
the changes you're making here
I can talk to you about it afterwards, but it doesn't affect somebody who's in business right now. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn, and then let's go out for some cake and coffee.
So moved.
Hearing a motion and a second, would the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Commissioner Patan?
Yes.
Commissioner Wade? Yes. Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
And Mayor Milovich Walters?
Yes, let's all eat cake, and thank you all for coming, and thank you to Mayor Lager. Happy birthday.
It's not a record, though.
7:55?
No, 17 minutes is a record.
No, I mean.